So yeah, good morning, everybody. Just
Mic to you.
Hello, microphone. So just a few minutes about the next year. So two things I would like to propose, or we would like to propose. The first thing is we would like to propose to have the next meeting in Düsseldorf, in Germany, in my place. So I'm Stefanie. I'm a professor at the University of Düsseldorf. Heading a core facility for light and telecom microscopy and data element. And I'm also the chairperson of German bioimaging, and I'm the spokesperson of NFI for Bioimage, which is a consortium which is dealing with image data management within the framework of the NFDI, which is a big German initiative for setting up great research infrastructure for all kind of imaging, not imaging data, research data, all disciplines, which is quite exciting and ongoing in Germany at the moment. So I would like to propose that we meet next year almost at the same time in our place in Düsseldorf at the University House, which is that one here.
Wow.
It's in the really in the city center. It's not on campus. We would use almost the whole house for the 3 days. I made a reservation for that. And so the other conditions are, so we are, as you can see here, that's the city center of Düsseldorf, and we are located here. That's the Altstadt over there. We have Little Tokyo, maybe if you don't know. So Düsseldorf has within Europe the biggest Japanese community. So it's exactly places to have good sushi and ramen.
As long as this beer is fine.
And yeah, that's other things. So we have beer, that's the traditional German stuff on that side, and we have sushi at the same time as this area. But what is important, I think it's easy traveling because the hotels will be in walking distance. We have the main stations also in walking distance down here. We have the international airport and good connections to Frankfurt, so that should be easy to fly into this place. So that's hope make it easy. I mean, we don't have sailing boats next to the lecture hall, but this is this is what actually the lecture hall there has no windows, so I can show it. This is how it looks like. We have also this area here for the catering. We have 3 seminar rooms would be available for us. So there's a maximum of 76 participants just by the capacities of the workshop rooms. So I would not go higher. There we could do a hackathon as well on the campus. I mean, 1st of May is a holiday, so we have to decide what we want to do. But the good thing is there will be many seminar rooms available on 1st of May because nobody else is there. I think we could manage a hybrid event again. So we did it already there in this area. And I have to say, we have a really experienced Orga team. You know, some of you know that we do this transient microscopy every 2 years, which is quite exciting event where we bring together microscope systems with the vendors, with many workshop providers, with a data management system somewhere out there at Alpwood. It's at the Australian Alp. Oh, sorry. Okay, I go on. So trust me, it will be a quite nicely organized event. And so what else kind of support we can offer is that German bioimaging agreed already to sponsor this tools for the taking thingy. And I will do applications for the international meeting by the to the DFG. And the only caveat is we have to do it 6 months ahead. So that means we have to have a speaker list already then. That's why I approach you now already, that if you're interested, let me know. We put you on the speaker list already and we have to talk about the program a bit. So there might be additional funding from the DFG coming about pushing our collaboration efforts here. And some resources from NFDI for bioimaging might be available as well. And this would be a special flavor of the meeting that I would like to invite people from the NFDI environment, especially material science people. They have very nice platforms about metadata and everything, and we anyway are collaborating with them, and the people from plant science, and there might be more. So that's what I would like to propose. And I also would like to propose that we do it like this, maybe also in the next OME meetings, that we have somebody coming up already at the meeting saying, okay, we want to host the next year, and then we find a way how we proceed with that. That's it. Thank you. Not sharing.
Oh, it's not sharing.
Oh.
We do need to do something.
Yep. Not sharing.
We can give everyone the slides that are online.
Previously discussed. I'm the other. I'm ready to go. Let's try this again. Okay.
All right. So let's see if this works. Yes, that works too. Thank you, Alex. Okay, this is going to be a bit tight in time. So let's recap. We started off, we talked about how to do pre-publication data, bench to management. We then said, okay, how do we get out to the world? We had lots of exciting things trying to make it more, faster, better. Stories of why we got into OMEs are what's so better. And so what this session all about is talking about how do we go about doing these really hard things together. What we try to do is say certain institutes are saying how they've taken a role and gotten involved. And so maybe for the rest of you, it's to think about what could your role be? Where do you want to get involved to take this whole process forward, to keep doing bigger and faster and better things? This is how I think about it, right? So we all have dealt with this, different plugs that don't work. Trying to work together is trying to get rid of these types of problems. There are extreme ways of solving it, say the EU saying there's now a law that you must use USB-C. We're not there yet, but what we're trying to do is really come together and agree. So Matthew summarized all of my ranting about this at some point when he invited me for a talk at AI for Life, and it's we need more people working on fewer things, which takes eventually people saying, okay, I'm going to agree to work on this with you. And so I think we're going to see several examples of that. We're going to hear from Sean from AICS, talking about BFF that we've heard about, but how to make the users happy. So there's a fundamental problem, and we fill that gap. John's going to talk from the trenches about how to make transforms work so that the developers and the analysts don't suffer anymore. Virginie is going to talk about how to bring a community together. How do we grow this and scale up? And Jason is going to talk about how we make all this stuff keep going forward. How do we steward this community that we're building, right? And then we put all that together, and hopefully if we go fast, I put all the slides together, we're not going to have any transition times until we get to Jason. Everything after that point is his fault. But hopefully to have some conversations, because as we go into the workshops and as we go into the meetings, we really want your feedback about all these things, right? So try to get us moving forward. So this is now the time to wake up. That's why the green color was there. Sean, you're welcome to come up. I think I'm done. The time is 9:11. Awesome.
Great. Thank you. Let's see, go forward. All right. My name is Sean Meharry, and I'm a software engineering manager at the Allen Institute for Cell Science, and I'll be talking about unlocking data access and collaboration with BioFile Finder and REMBI. So what am I going to cover? I'm going to introduce the problem space, what we've tried to solve it, what we've learned while trying to do that, how we're currently solving it, and what we can do to build together towards the future. So what's the problem? Data is hard to find. I'm sure you all know this, that there's multiple different places the data can be stored, many different kinds of repositories and such. And what I'd like to talk about is, say, for example, one user wants to try to find some image related to some experiment they're doing. Maybe they want to just see what's out there.
Welcome to OME.
So maybe they'll have some information about the data set, some as a whole. So maybe things that describe why they released it, maybe the publication that it's related to. But a lot of the time they won't have information perhaps about what took the image, and especially not about what the experiment was that they were doing, and specific things about the individual images that kind of separate them out from each other. And so why does this matter? Sharing between even one organization can be quite difficult. So an example of this is, say you have a team member and they store information in a folder structure that is quite well